what's happening? I hope you're all well. So this is a boxing report. I'm going to cover numerous fights that have recently taken place. The first one I want to start off with is Eren Demirezen versus Kevin Johnson. So I had a look at this and I'm not too impressed with Demirezen, to be honest with you. Not too impressed with the guy. I think that Kevin Johnson at this point is at this point, Kevin Johnson is a wily veteran. He knows his way around the ring. He knows how to survive. It looked like he fancied it a bit in this one, to be honest with you. Kevin Johnson is now a journeyman, but he looked like he fancied it in this fight. I'll tell you that. It looked like he fancied it. And Kevin Johnson was jabbing to the head, jabbing to the body. Kevin Johnson has a decent jab, so he was actually landing his jabs to the head, jabs to the body, and he was actually walking down Demirezen at one point in the fight. Demirezen, I was looking at this fight. I was looking at this fight, thinking, I'm more impressed with Kevin Johnson than Eren Demirezen. I'm more impressed with what Kevin Johnson's doing in there. So Eren Demirezen got the decision, and he moves to, what's his record now? Let's have a little look here at his record. His record being 16-1 now. 16-1 with 12 knockouts. Demirezen is a decent fighter. He's a decent fighter. He's got good inside work. He throws his punches correctly, and he's got decent head movement. I don't think he's going to reach the very top of the heavyweight division, but I think he can make for some good fights. I mean, the guy's, how old is he? 32 years old. In his last performance, he had a fight with Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington is a good boxer, but doesn't have a chin. Or is it his chin so much as his determination? I think he has a lack of determination. So he beat Gerald Washington, struggled a bit at times. Beat Nikola Milacic, who actually just fought Charr, and Sokolowski. He had a fight against Sokolowski and went the distance, and he lost his undefeated record to F.A. Jagba. So I think that Eren Demirezen may be in some interesting fights, but I don't think he's going to be a top heavyweight. But I might be wrong. Good luck to the guy. I hope it goes well for him. Otto Wallin versus Rydell. I have not been able to see this fight, but I know the result of the fight, and the result of the fight was unanimous over 10 rounds against Rydell. Rydell, another wily veteran, decent fighter. So if I actually watch that fight, I'm not going to be surprised if I see a closer fight than that, or even Rydell winning. I thought that Kamil Sokolowski beat Otto Wallin. People get excited over the performance that Otto Wallin put in against Tyson Fury, and he went in there and he acquitted himself well, and he fought. He fought hard, he fought determined. He came up short, but I'm not too impressed with Otto Wallin. I don't think he's an amazing heavyweight. I think he may have had his pinnacle against Tyson Fury. He's like a competent fighter. He's not extremely powerful. He's not extremely quick. He's not extremely athletic, but he's a competent southpaw. And I don't think he's actually going to go on and win any titles or anything like that. But he's a decent fighter. He gets a win against Rydell. He came in a lot lighter for this fight, 241.5 pounds as opposed to the 253.25 pounds against Sokolowski. So you'd imagine he's in better shape. I'm going to keep trying to find that fight. But Rydell is a decent fighter, man. He only been stopped once against Hrgovic, and that really shouldn't have been stopped. So moving on from Rydell and Otto Wallin's fight, you had Mahmoud Charr against Nikola Milacic, who obviously Eren Demirezen has fought. And in my opinion, Mahmoud Charr is a decent fighter, but he only fought. That was his second. That was like his second fight, his third fight over the past 5 years, because he fought Ustinov, beat Ustinov, then took like 4 years out and fought Christopher Lovejoy, which really, you know, Christopher Lovejoy quit in that fight, so I don't know what you can really take from that. And then he goes on to fight Milacic, who didn't look great to me. He looked to quit in there. So, because he was just falling down from punches that didn't even look that hard. And Mahmoud Charr isn't really a puncher. He's not really a puncher. So, you know, because he's got 32 wins, 8 knockouts, I mean, it doesn't mean he's a soft puncher, but in terms of heavyweight, that's not really a big knockout percentage. And I looked at him, doesn't appear to have the most power. So this guy here falling over from shots that didn't even look that hard, it doesn't really say much about the opposition. Apparently he called out Joe Joyce. Maybe he wants the money over in the UK. But if he fought Joe Joyce, I'm telling you, that's like, you know, because has he been stopped? He's been stopped 3 of his 4 defeats. One of them was against Bradis, who's like a cruiserweight naturally. So if he fought Joe Joyce, I'm predicting a knockout, and it's not going to be Charr getting the knockout. It's going to be Joyce. Christian Hammer beat Drazen Janjanin. I mean, I think it was the first round he got that knockout. And to be honest with you, like, Drazen Janjanin has a record of what? I'm just having a look at his record here. 22 wins, 34 losses. So that's like a journeyman. That was like a card filler fight, to be honest with you. A bit of a card filling fight over there. Let's have a look at some other stuff. Sergey Kuzmin versus Richard Lartey. I haven't seen that fight, but I know that Sergey Kuzmin got the knockout in the first round, and I'm not too surprised. Richard Lartey, since his fight with Daniel Dubois, has really turned into a journeyman, and debatable whether he, you know, did something he shouldn't have done against Fabio Wardley, and then in his last fight against a Russian MMA fighter, I think, turned boxer, I think he did something he shouldn't have done in that fight as well in the first round. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did something he shouldn't have done in this fight as well. So it looks like Richard Lartey is happy to take a paycheck, go in there, you know, throw a few punches, and, you know, get back on the, you know, get back to wherever he's at. So it is what it is. What can you really take from beating Richard Lartey these days? If he fought the way he fought against Daniel Dubois, then it would actually mean something to beat Lartey. But it looks like Lartey's stomach for battle has gone. See if there's anything else to be covered here. Let's have a look. So I've covered Kuzmin, Demirezen, Mahmoud Charr, Otto Wallin. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, Michael Wallace got a win against someone who's got a journeyman record. Michael Wallace, there's nothing really great, to be honest with you. Michael Wallace tends to quit when the going gets tough. So that's my heavyweight report. Well, that's my boxing report, rather. That's my boxing report for this week. I'll be back with another boxing report as and when. So what did you make of the fights? Is there any fights that you watched that are of interest that, you know, maybe I can give it a watch? And if you know how to get the Otto Wallin versus Rydell Booker footage, let me know. If you know how to get the Sergey Kuzmin versus Richard Lartey footage, let me know, because I'm looking for those. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I'm making a new video, and I'll see you on the next video.